What's going on, people? Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Things We Learned, the show where we go through all the major talking points of Aston Villa 0, Chelsea 2. Another victory, another 3 points for Graham Potter and the Chelsea boys. Not the most convincing of performances. I don't think we came out that game thinking we absolutely battered them or anything convincing like that. But we're going to delve into the game. We're going to delve into all the major talking points. I'm sure you're going to agree with some of the things I have to say. I'm sure you're going to disagree with a few of the things I'm going to have to say too. But whatever your thoughts are, just let us know down in the comment section below. And also, while you're down there as well, hit that like button, press the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button as well to be the first to know whenever we release any new content on Chelsea Fan TV. Check out my personal channel as well, Carefree Lewis G. We go live at 2:30 basically every day talking about Chelsea. So check that out. The link is in the title and in the description below. And before we get into it, if you guys haven't done so already as well, hit the bell notification button to be the first to know whenever we release any new content. Games are coming out thick and fast. We got another game coming in 2 to 3 days. And then after that, Manchester United at home on Saturday. Big week coming up for Chelsea. So if you want to be the first to know whenever we release any new content, hit that bell notification button. We're aiming for 500 likes, so hit the like button too. And let's get straight into it. Aston Villa 0, Chelsea 2. Not the best of performances. I do put some of that into account because of the amount of fixtures that we're having already piling up on us, the amount of fixtures that are going to be coming up over the next 3 to 4 weeks. I think we do have to accept that there will be performances like this, but it was still a bit worrying because I thought this game would be one of the easier games for us in this whole pile-up fixture period. We've got an Aston Villa side who are in very poor form. The fan base doesn't have a lot of confidence in their side. Gerrard out is trending before basically every Aston Villa match. Meanwhile, we're coming into this game flying. We've got 4 wins on the bounce. There's confidence. There's much more improved performances from a lot of different players. I thought we would handle this game a bit better, but we didn't. We came out of it with a 2-0 win, which I think the scoreline does flatter us with. Aston Villa battered us for the majority of that first half. And the only difference wasn't even the goal scorer. It wasn't Mason Mount. I was very happy to see him on the score sheet again, and I think his performance have majorly improved, but I do think both goals were given to him a little bit off the back of poor defensive work and poor goalkeeping for the second. The main turnaround for me was my first talking point. And there's no way we don't start a review of this game without talking about the goalkeeper, without talking about Kepa, because I've said in so many videos, I've said in so many different live streams, the number one thing I need to see from Kepa is that I need to see him get tested. Obviously, you don't want to see your goalkeeper get tested regularly. And I think it said more about our defence that Kepa didn't really have a lot to deal with over the last few games. But this is the first game where I was seeing him regularly getting tested, regularly having to keep the ball out of the back of the net. And he passed. Kepa passed the test with flying colours. Like, I thought he was brilliant. Brilliant. Distribution was excellent. There was a string of reaction saves, which I didn't really expect him to deal with. In the moment, I was thinking, okay, if we concede, I'll allow it. I get it. It is what it is. Kepa did well. Really well. He even saved a Danny Ings header from point-blank range. And this was what I wanted to see from Kepa. How would you react when you were actually put under pressure? And that Villa team put him under so much pressure. Hell, Chelsea put him under so much pressure too, because we weren't protecting him. The Villa were finding their way through our midfield, through our defence for fun in that first half. And we only went in 1-0 up because of one player, Kepa. Kepa is the one that saved us, because you can even say Mount because he scored. But if Kepa doesn't do his job, we go in 1-1 or 2-1 Villa. Maybe, God forbid, 3-1 Villa. Kepa is the one that kept us in that game, and he helped us be able to see that game out. So I have to say, big props to Kepa. Because if he didn't already have that number 1 position locked down, he does now. This is the sort of performance that has defined his growth under Graham Potter. Long may it continue, but the first point is Kepa. Now, we already touched on Mason Mount, so we're going to go back into him again. And this guy is seriously turning his form around. And this has been exactly what I've wanted to see from him. He still shows the same energy that he always has shown, and you know he's never going to disappear from him. But now we're seeing the end product. Now we're seeing his awareness be a lot better. He's dribbling past players. He's beating players more. He looks much more consistent in terms of his passing. He doesn't seem as wasteful. And his decision-making has improved a lot now. Now, part of that is because of Graham Potter. I do believe he has massively improved him since he joined us. But I'm not going to say he's massively turned around since then. There was poor games under Graham Potter too. It's been the last 3 to 4 games where I've seen a major turnaround in Mason now. He looks more creative. He looks more decisive with his chances now. Maybe it's a case that he just needed to get off the mark. Because as soon as he got that first assist against Wolves, he has been a different player. Even in the first half against Wolves, I thought it was a little bit wasteful. As soon as he got that first assist on the mark, he has been a completely revitalised player. He's gone back to being one of the first players on the team sheet. And it's good to see Mason Mount finally turn up, because he's taken all of the criticism and he has helped that develop him, and he's helped that motivate him, and he's become a much, much better player as a result of it. I'm so happy to see the improvement in him. Long may it continue. If he keeps playing like this, he deserves that contract extension. Majorly deserves it. But he has to keep playing like this. But second point, Mason Mount turned his form around. It's been brilliant from him. And long may it continue. Brilliant performance from him. My third point, Graham Potter. Because to me, if we're going to say the second person who won us this game, it was Graham Potter for me. Before I do go to Mason Mount. It's not me trying to be harsh with him or anything. Mason Mount did just get us the goals though. I think Kepa saved us from conceding goals. And Graham Potter helped us conserve the lead. Because that first half, it was, other than Silva, maybe, Chalobah, maybe, and Mount and Kepa, everybody else was poor. Even Silva and Chalobah were sloppy in phases in the first half. We were just pinballing the ball around, losing it for fun so many times. And Graham Potter's substitutions helped us solidify the game. Jorginho came on. We suddenly got more control of the midfield. Conor Gallagher came on, and we had more energy in midfield and attack as a result of that. Koulibaly came on, and he looked assuring, and there was so much less chances coming from the right-hand side as a result of that. And because of all of that, we looked much better in the second half. It helped us conserve the lead. As soon as the second goal came in, that was it. It weren't a case of, I'm still worried Villa might pull a goal back or something. Villa never looked like coming back after that second goal. And it was because of Graham Potter's substitutions and the impact that it had on the squad. Big ups to Potter for recognising the mistakes in the squad and for his in-game management, because that is what turned the game around for us. Quick substitutions, and it's something we hadn't seen for a while under Tuchel. We didn't see it for a while. And Graham Potter being able to do that, being able to see the mistakes in the squad, being able to take players out when they weren't performing, it was invaluable to us. And it also segues nicely into my fourth point. One of the players that we did have to take off because they were playing poorly. Kai Havertz. Now, I've been saying we need to have a discussion on him. I personally think the discussion is over, but there are still people who still think that he needs to be played in his proper position or whatever bollocks or everything like that. Havertz was poor. Havertz was poor again, and I get you can say the same thing for Aubameyang and Sterling, but Sterling was playing at right wing back for the first half. He is not a right wing back. You can play him as a right winger, but not as a right wing back. You could play Sterling as a left wing back because he plays much better on that left hand side. But he's not a right wing back, so I can't really say too much about him on that. And Aubameyang was not losing the ball as much as Havertz was. He was just barely getting any touches. Havertz was losing the ball for fun in that first half. All we really had was one good run, which I was surprised he had the strength to keep up for. And that was it. But the good thing is from Graham Potter, he recognised it and he took him off in the first half. And Havertz didn't start either of the Milan games. So the good thing is we're not doing favourites like Tuchel did with him. Because that was half the reason why he was getting on my nerves so much. But Havertz has to turn up. The excuses are dead in the water now. I need to see more consistent performances from him. I need to see him regularly getting goals and assists. People don't deep that this is a £72 million striker that is consistently underperforming for us. And it's just not good enough for us personally. Like, if Bayern Munich come in for any bids above 20 to 30 million, let him go. Please just let him go, because even under Graham Potter, I'm not seeing improvements. Like, I've seen Pulisic improve. I've seen Mount improve. Ziyech hasn't improved, but he wants to leave anyway, so it is what it is. Aubameyang, I've seen improve. Everyone I've seen improve except Kai Havertz. But I'm still seeing people make excuses for him. He has to improve. He has to get better. And, yeah, if anything, he needs to be replaced by my 5th point. Armando Broja came on in the second half, looked energetic again. He needs to be starting the Brentford game, because we need to be rotating as well. Aubameyang shouldn't be playing in the Brentford game. We need to save him for Manchester United, personally. Havertz should just not be playing. And if he does, play him for the full 90, just so he doesn't play the Man United game. But Broja needs a run out. I don't care if you play him in a 2 up top with Havertz. I don't care if you play him with Pulisic and Sterling. The guy deserves a start. He deserves a fair opportunity. He hasn't been given that opportunity, and he deserves it. He really does deserve it. So, to me, I want to see Broja get a start in the next game. But other than that, that is the end of 5 things we learned. Not the most positive. I'm sorry it wasn't, but it wasn't the most optimistic of performances. But hopefully we look better against Brentford. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment sections. Don't forget to like and subscribe as always. Check out my personal channel, Carefree Lewis G, as well. And we'll be back tomorrow for the the Chelsea Fan TV podcast. So check it out, like, subscribe, and as always, up the Chelsea.